Yeah, Kostaltin lore today. Definitely need to make a video about that. Kostaltin, I really like Kostaltin. I think the only thing the only thing I wasn't as big on was he does... I do wish there was a little bit more of a difference between him and Volkmar. There is a difference in that Kostaltin seems to be much more of a rabid...
Andre donated $15. You know exactly why.
Andre... What? What? I know What? I have no idea why. Thank you for the, Oh, okay. Okay. Ah, gotcha. Now I know why. You're welcome. Thank you for the tip. Oh, well, no, I am super excited for tomorrow. I am very, very excited for tomorrow. There's no doubt I'm going to miss that. Armored Cereal, good morning. Afternoon, wherever you may be. But yeah, I'm very, very interested in Kostaltin. As I was saying, the big difference between him and Volkmar, which is something I really hope they do a good job of expanding on, is that where Volkmar is the lead figure of the state, as far as like it's the state religion, and he wields all the authority of the Southern Empire. Kostaltin seems to have unified all the religions of Kislev, but they are not the state religion, because there is no state religion of Kislev. Katerin does not want there to be a state religion, because the Ice Witches view that as a problem. He's kind of on the outside of a lot of the power in the government, unlike Volkmar, and his style is different in that Kostaltin is more of a man of the people. He's a man of the people who is completely driven by faith, and doesn't seem to have much in the way of a concept of like the greater good. Which is different than Volkmar. Volkmar does have an understanding of the greater good, to the extent that Volkmar is willing to make concessions and to be much more diplomatic than a lot of people may think he is, and that Volkmar is like willing to work with the colleges of magic. Kostaltin seems like he would not be interested in doing that at all. Of course, the last difference being style. Like Kostaltin is a fiery priest who it seems the way that the power of his faith is manifested is that he is functionally immortal, or at the very least is like insanely tough. He regenerates very, very well. That's actually a very big similarity between him and Volkmar, is that Volkmar is also very difficult to kill because he has the Jade Griffin, which allows him to regenerate. But Volkmar's faith makes him strong. That's the big difference between the two of them, is that Kostaltin's faith is what seems to make him so tenacious, whereas Volkmar's faith makes him like a warrior. Like, he's like a big badass that just hits people really, really hard. Kostaltin, I don't think, is going to be that great of a fighter. I think he's going to be very, very, very survivable, but he's much more of a support piece. You know, he's all about, like, driving the men around him into a religious fanaticism, and they, like, swarm forward to take people apart. But anyway, let's get into the game. So, last time, you do my best not to shout. Last time we played Horizon Zero Dawn, we found out what happened to the old world. We found out that the old ones, which are what they call the humans from Society's Peak, basically screwed themselves. They created robots that were uncontrollable and had the ability to devour biomatter and use that to further their own functions. Somehow they were stopped, but in being stopped, humanity was almost completely wiped out. and basically fell back to being religious. Basically got like shattered back into being like religious tribesmen. And we don't know how that happened. So we have heavily advanced the storyline, but there's still a lot to do. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna try and finish this quest line with Erend and like finding his sister, because we do know, and Erend's kind of like the captain of the guard, and his sister was the captain of the guard. It's believed that she was murdered and massacred by like the evil cult of the game, but we know that she's still alive, but we don't know why and we don't know where. So we're gonna help her brother find what happened to his sister.
Don't let your guard down.
Volkmar leads the flagellants. Kostalton is the flagellant. That's not a bad way to look at it.
No one goes into the palace without an invitation.
What is with that camera angle? Wait, what? Oh, there he is.
Greetings, Aloy. I am known as Blameless Murad. Please come with me. You're needed for an important consultation.
What do you mean? Where's Erend?
He's inside, attending the Sun King, where we should be without further delay.
Oh!
Follow me, please.
Are we gonna meet the Sun King?
All these people are here to see the Sun King.
Yes, and each has come to ask a favor of him. Unpleasant, but that's politics. The Sun King is eager to meet you, the machine tamer with a curious eye for detail. It's all very intriguing.
I'm not here to intrigue you.
Too late.
Oh, this will be fun. We actually get to meet the Sun King. Deal with it.
Ignore them. Nobles are like children who whine when they don't get a second helping of dessert.
I believe you. I can't. That was weird.
What's the Sun King like?
The most important thing is what he isn't like. His father.
Solaire did survive.
Be a reasonable.
I don't think it's gonna be Solaire. Something tells me. Oh, there he is.
Aloy of the Nora.
Sun King of
She who
Oz.
sees the unseen. Welcome. It would seem you have done me a great service. Erend, tell her what you found.
I checked Ursa's tomb. You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
If the body is not Ursa's, then we must assume she is still alive. And I will not abandon her.
We only know she was taken, not who took her.
I can help with that. Ursa has an enemy among the Oseram. A warlord named Dervahl.
Impossible. Every clan in the claim has been hunting for him since the liberation. He has to be dead by now.
No other Oseram had the motive and ingenuity to lure Ursa into this trap. I expect to find him lurking somewhere near the border. I've already sent an agent to investigate. He'll be waiting for word from us at the marketplace in Pitchcliff.
I can't move troops to the border without provoking the Oseram. But I could send a few vanguardsmen. And perhaps an exceptionally gifted Nora as well.
Sun King's a big dude.
Erend, Murad, let me discuss it with her privately.
Like, he's huge.
I hate to impose further after all you've done, but this is a matter of great importance to me.
Yeah, his little background is very, very cool. His little banner.
It sounds like Ursa means a lot to you.
Without her Oseram vanguard, I would not have been able to liberate Meridian and end my father's brutal reign. Since then, it has been difficult to maintain peace between our tribes. But Ursa has a way of making her people see reason. So you see, I need her back at my side. And quickly.
Who is Dervahl exactly?
Dervahl.
To understand Dervahl, you must first understand my father.
Oh, this is Anduin's voice actor? That's cool.
He truly thought of himself as a sun god. His mind was broken. He believed that blood sacrifice would solve, well, everything. So he raided the other tribes for victims, especially the Oseram. Dervahl fought back. He crafted powerful weapons and rallied his people. My father responded with the ultimate cruelty. He captured Dervahl's wife and daughter and sacrificed them in the Sun Ring.
Ooh, bummer.
So, why would Dervahl go to so much trouble to kidnap Ursa?
He felt she betrayed him. She fought by his side until she realized he planned to raise Meridian and butcher its people.
Well, that would have done absolutely nothing.
And she came to me. Together, we stopped him and liberated the city from my father. Dervahl has spent every moment since trying to get revenge. Mostly on the other Oseram who fought with us. He made so many powerful
See, this is where they went wrong, though. They sacrificed people when they should have been sacrificing Skaven. Classic mistake. Happens all the time.
I'd like to ask you something about the Sundom and its politics.
By all means.
Oh my gosh, it opens up a whole other category.
They call you a sun god who killed his own father in order to unite the tribes in harmony. Is any of it true?
They say you can see the invisible, split an arrow at 50 paces, and tame machines at a glance. How much of that is true?
Fair.
It's not too far off.
Well, I would like to unite the tribes in harmony, but you saw how many courtiers I have to deal with first. Maybe next week.
Skaven robo-dinos? That's literally just, storm fiends. Storm fiends are just robo-dinos. Or robo-rats.
Quite a place you've got here. You can almost see the little people below the mesa.
You don't approve? Well, I have a secret for you. Neither do I. But we must be patient. Change won't come in a single sunrise.
Hey, Johnny, how's it going?
At all, while men live in palaces?
It might. Eventually. If people like you help me bring it about.
Are Skaven not people? No. No, they're not.
Your politics seem very complicated. The Oseram are friends, but enemies too?
I couldn't have liberated Meridian without the help of Ursa and her Oseram freebooters. Many of them have settled here. But the Ealdormen of the Oseram clans in the Claim have become jealous of their success. So have many Karja nobles.
Please define people.
It's a volatile situation. Especially
Real?
given the fact that my father raided
Well, you know,
the Oseram
here's the
for
problem with the
years.
Skaven. The problem with the Skaven is that, like,
Ursa
they're
helps keep the peace.
driven at a fundamental
Promising a
level
future based
to just
on
be
mutual
just
gain.
the worst. They're
Some,
just the
like Dervahl,
worst.
will never let go of their venom.
You have an entire race that its only purpose in existence is just to be at the top and to bring ruination to all other things. Not not great. Their capitalism.
What can you tell me about the Shadow Karja? What do they have to do with Ursa?
They are remnants of my father's regime, holding out at the fortress of Sunfall to the west. Like him, they care only for domination, and seek to draw upon the power of the sun by spilling blood in its name. Since Ursa helped me take this city from them, they were perfect scapegoats. Dervahl knew this, of course, and planned it well.
The killers who attacked the Nora. I've discovered that they're a faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient weapons, machines that corrupt and control other machines. They want to use them to strike Meridian.
What you're saying echoes reports I've received from Murad, a Shadow Karja splinter group. Corrupted machines across the land. When will this attack come, do you know?
I'm not
Armored
exactly
cereal?
sure.
That's only a decision
And
you
we
can
will do
make,
what
my
we can
dude.
to prepare. But in
I
the
mean,
meantime,
there.
Ursa is my highest priority.
It's one of those things that
Please, help me find her.
yeah, and you stream Warhammer. It's a tough thing, dude. It's a tough decision. I personally have decided that I would rather have a partnership with Twitch and stream only on Twitch. That's a decision I came to after a long time. But it's a decision you can only make for yourself. Like, if you... I think Twitch has a better system for what I like, but I know people that despise Twitch and only want to do YouTube. You know, like Turin is not impressed at all with Twitch. I mean, me and him have talked about it in the past. But like, I don't know. I don't like YouTube's, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't like its interface. I don't like the way it interacts with the streamer and how it allows for interaction with the audience. I find that YouTube, the only thing that YouTube does better than Twitch is that it allows me to expand further upon what I've already built doing videos. Now, I will say, I do think YouTube has a much healthier Total War Warhammer community than Twitch does, and I don't know why that is. It's just the way it ended up being. So, like, if you're like, oh, I only want to stream Warhammer, well, then you may want to stick to YouTube. If you can really build up a relationship with, like, Legend of Total War, or Turin, or Italian, or all those guys, and get it to where, like, you're a part of that circle, and, like, you kind of do raids, even though YouTube doesn't really have a raid system, but you kind of, like, you get a relationship going with them, then you'll probably have a better time on YouTube. If you don't want to try and build into that, and you're, like, you want to have, you're starting from scratch and you don't have a pre-established community, then honestly, I think Twitch is better. But I can't answer that honestly. It is purely a decision you can make for yourself. So, sorry for the not super helpful answer, but you know.
I need to get going.
I know. Well, they say kings should never beg. But please, help me find Ursa.
Who says that?
Well, Murad, for one. Don't hesitate to ask him or Erend if you have further questions.
I would say that in a lot of ways YouTube does come off as much more relaxed than Twitch does. As far as, like, how much effort the streamer has to put into it. There's always Facebook streaming, that's true.
So, I thought Ursa was dead, and I thought Dervahl was dead. Dead doesn't seem to mean what it used to. Or maybe I'm just an ass. Whatever.
I like Erend.
All I know is that it's time to find my sister and get some payback. I hope Murad's guy grabs us the lead.
Avad seems committed to finding your sister.
Yeah, those two got along. And some people say they shacked up, but I don't buy it. Seems a little skinny for her. Oh, okay, some bad images are forming in my head. Let's just focus on finding her. And kicking Dervahl's ass.
Cedrix, thanks so much for the raid.
Did Ursa ever tell
Welcome,
you
welcome.
anything about Dervahl?
We were both under his command.
We
for a
just
while.
started.
Sort of. Helped him recruit an army to
How are y'all
take out
doing?
the Mad Sun King.
Where are you playing?
But then he got real creepy with Ursa. Needless to say, she wasn't interested, but he wouldn't let it go. Not to mention the fact that we realized he wanted to murder every Karja, not just the bad ones. Long story short, he's a grazer-licking dungbag.
I'd better go.
Don't stand me up in Pitchcliff, okay? Ursa needs us.
Biomutant? I've watched some gameplay
Hey,
of
how can I be of
Biomutant.
service?
Interesting game.
It's obvious that you're an advisor to
Very
the Sun King, but
unique
what does
style.
It do exactly?
Whatever is needed, of course.
Are you always so evasive?
It depends.
Are you always so evasive? Maybe.
You were right about Avad. He seems genuine.
He is the Sun King.
How have you been enjoying
I
Biomutant?
serve him the best I can. What else would you have me say?
Huh. Did you serve the last one as best you could too?
Well, I served him to his enemies. It was the best I could do for the Sundom.
What did you do?
Nothing I could be blamed for.
Wow, this guy's like, oh dear.
What will I find at the border?
An outpost full of Oseram, most of whom want nothing to do with Dervahl. Still, He inspires great loyalty in those who fought with him against the last Sun King. He will not be caught alone. And don't forget, he is a master craftsman. Nothing delights him more than his dangerous toys.
Sounds to me like you're a spy.
There are many helpful voices in the Sundom and beyond. I like to think of myself as a good listener.
What makes you so sure Dervahl did this to Ursa?
I don't care for sure or certain. I prefer likely or probably. How many Oseram are clever enough for this ruse? Capable of building the weapon you describe? Who hate Ursa so? More than one? Not likely. Dervahl? Quite probably.
Even if people think he's dead?
That is surely another reason to be suspicious of certain words.
So why do they call you Blameless Maraud?
Oh, well, it depends on who you mean by they, and what they might wish to blame me for.
Talking to you is tiring.
He's like, I commit to nothing.
I
You
have
can't
to go.
prove anything.
Then you must.
Grab some dialogue.
Wretched foul is a
Hey, Gareth Grimrap, what's up, dude?
red host. Cursed Sotek spawn.
Well, 8 months of fighting alongside you. Here's to many more, Boss Grimna, bless ya.
Thanks, my dude. Really appreciate the 8 months of support. It's gonna be a busy week. Blameless Maraud is definitely a Skaven in disguise. He's way too, like, not prone to... He seems far too intelligent to be a Skaven. Good lord, this place is, like, way somewhere we've never been. Okay, but hey, that means we get to take a kind of a fun detour. Let's go out and grab this. I don't want to get crazy distracted, but I do want to knock out a couple things on the way there. So let's go here, grab this campfire, knock out the Honor the Fallen, and then we can take this road to this campfire, and then we can head north and pick up stuff along the way. Sound good? Sound good. How's this game perform on PC? Fantastic. It's great. It's a beautiful game. A lot of fun. I've never played it before, so and our playthrough has taken a very long time because I tend to get easily distracted by other things in life, and I only play this game in the mornings when I have time. So we've been really taking our time with it, but it's been an absolute blast. But no, it performs beautifully. Got aquatic rabbits. Oh, I'm rusty. There we go. Mass Effect may be a future series. I could see myself doing it at some point. Probably not for a hot while, but eventually. I know a lot of people... I've been hearing more and more people that are like, hey, you would probably like it. Normally, I'm not really into sci-fi, but you know what? If enough people are saying that I should try it, then maybe I should. Wait, did we get that? Oh yeah, we did. Okay. There are so many games I want to play. You know, so we'll get there, bit by bit. I'm probably getting to the point where I really want to start playing the games that I'm playing on Twitch more often. So, like, instead of just playing them at night, Also playing them, or sorry, in the mornings, but also playing them during the night and stuff like that. But you know, we'll play it by ear. I am very excited for tomorrow. We will be live streaming the Age of Sigmar reveals tomorrow. I'm very, very excited for 3rd edition. I really hope it's good. I've heard a lot of weird stuff about how the rules are going to be changing, but yeah. Speaking of which, today we will be playing some Age of Sigmar as well. We're actually going to be doing Horizon Zero Dawn for probably like 3-ish hours. And then I'm actually going to.
This must be the Shrine of Kings that Lamont told me about.
I'm actually going to be.
Every time I go near the statue.
Oh dear.
Osram slaves built
Oh dear. We're going to be playing an AOS match later
have
today.
a look.
It may have been meant for the Mad Sun King, but it's ours now.
Nice.
It's a public monument, not his private shrine.
Good. Oh, someone let me through. I guess I have to talk to this guy.
You won't get in there. That dried-up old prune in a robe sees to that.
I can be persuasive. But what does an Osram want with a Karja shrine, anyway?
It reminds me of someone. Gone 2 years now. But what does a girl like you know of loss?
Try me.
I had a lover. Worked on monuments to their bastard king. Then he gave them a show in their sun ring for good measure. The Karja gave me back his broken bones, but what use are they? They won't build again. They won't make me smile.
And seeing a statue of the Mad Sun King will?
Well, if he made it.
I need to see his work again. The marks his hands carved. The set of the metals they hammered. That's the soul of him.
I mean, if I loved someone that was a craftsman, I would want to see their work.
Shriveled up old priest won't let me near it.
I'll see what I can do.
That priest is about to have a bad time. If he doesn't let me in.
Turn away, child. The abiding Jahaman wishes to be alone in his retreat.
If you want to be alone, go someplace else. Others want to pray here.
Defile it, you mean? Yet another debasement of what
Defile?
was once pure. Truly, our tribe has lost the light. Our king is false, our temple is corrupt, and our soldiers weak. The sun hastens across the sky for shame.
Oh, I don't like you. I don't like you at all.
Another wretched foul.
Hey, you get used to it. Thanks so much for keeping the tier 2 sub going. 4 months of support.
I
Thank you,
thought
my
taking
man.
the throne was the sun's will.
The boy dishonored his father. Dishonored us all.
This guy is the worst.
To kill his sun king. What shadow, what twilight time he brought upon us.
And how many more would the Mad Sun King have killed if Avad hadn't stopped him?
The sun called for blood. There was no choice but to obey.
You called the temple corrupt, but aren't you one of its priests?
They call themselves sun priests, but they have no authority. Youths and sycophants all.
Good lord.
Yet those who gave their whole lives to the sun's service are shamed and ignored.
So that's what
This guy is like...
A tantrum? A cry for attention?
You know nothing of our rights, and yet you dare to insult me.
This guy's like... How do I say it? This guy reminds me a lot of, like, hardcore Republicans right now.
So the Karja have become impure? What does that even mean?
Is Meridian not meant for those who built it, who made it great? It was pure before outlander squatters took it over.
You mean Meridian was pure when the outsiders were in cages or dying in your arena?
The sun is pure, child.
Oh, Garnet, sorry about yesterday, my
It is
dude,
not
by the
our
way.
place to question
On a
its
scale of 1 to
divine
10, how
will,
likely is 3rd edition to be the
only to
Karnathi
act.
reveal? I'd probably say like an 8. I think we're very likely to see Karnathi